All right. What's good, everybody? Relatively Speaking Pod, episode 22.
22.
Back
We're back.
in your life.
I feel like I haven't
Stoked to be
seen you
here.
in several days. We haven't really hung out.
Yes, I think that
It's been
is
kind of nice.
I was going to say the opposite. I've been depressed.
Oh, I mean,
So-
I have missed you, but I also was like, we're coming in fresh. You know, we've edged
Yeah.
our friendship a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeah.
Oh, it's good.
Got the built up urge to hang out.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, we have not. Jeremy was very busy mixing over the weekend. for,
Easter time.
Easter.
Happy post Easter, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a wild weekend. It was fun.
Dude, we
But
have
hectic.
been blessed with some amazing weather.
I told you, dude.
Yeah.
I told you.
It has been unreal. So we're stoked on the,
You look pretty tan. You've been hanging out in the backyard.
Yeah, I've been doing all the things outside, being
Nice.
outside as much as possible for
Yeah,
sure.
it's good.
It's like between 70 and 80.
Did you go to the lake
like 2
yesterday?
weeks.
Or was that the day?
No,
That was the day
was
before.
just over the weekend. I can't remember what night.
Nice.
Maybe it was Friday night. I don't know. Friday or Saturday. We just went and got in and out, and like we went early, so it was like we were done eating at like 6:30.
Dope.
Such a nice night. So
Yeah.
we decided to go down to the lake, go down to East Beach, and just let the kids like run around. We weren't
Yeah.
like planning on going in the water or anything. And that was super pretty down
What
there for
was
like
the
an hour.
water like? Was it pretty low or?
Yeah, there was like a nice amount of beach. Yeah, and then the water was pretty cold, obviously, but there was a bunch of foreigners, as there always are, from Bethel that were like in the water, just speaking in
All dialects?
yeah,
The
having no
Tower of
idea.
Babel.
Literally, dude. That's like what it's like. I feel like every time I go there, I hear that, and they like don't care. It was like some freaking Eastern Europeans, just what I would think is like a polar bear plunge, and they're just frolicking in the water, having so much fun. I'm like, okay, well, you guys are nuts.
That's funny.
But then, yeah, I posted that video of Charlie.
I
It's
can't
like,
believe you did that, dude. That's crazy.
it's like I don't think it's as much, but for people back home, kind of equivalent to like 1,000 steps type deal, the beach. So it's like just a big, huge stairway to get down to the water. And Charlie, he always just is being carried, but this time he just walked up it, no hands the whole way. And he like did it. It was so funny. Like the last few like ones, he was like breathing heavy and stuff, but he just like kept going. So then I like picked him up and cheered him on, and he was so stoked. It was pretty
Nice.
cute.
That's so cute.
So yeah, he sent it. We're in the process of building an athlete here, so
Oh, yeah.
got to start
Oh, yeah.
with doing those stairs.
Conditioning.
Yeah, condition the mind and body from age 2.
Yeah. He's going to be fun to watch him develop into whatever not to whatever you shape him into. Is the,
Yeah, I don't know, dude. We'll see. I want him
Yeah.
to do everything for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, on the topic of dags, I wanted to play you this. Well, I'll segue with this. So I've been trying to think of things that we could do as like regular recurring things. And Sarah, my lovely wife, who you and Sip have named her Sis, she'll send me TikTok videos when she's walking. Like that's what she does. She'll watch like TikTok while she walks, and girl walks a lot now. Like,
Yeah.
she's
Getting those miles in, getting them
dude.
steps in.
Yeah. I'm like having a hard time keeping up with her. She's crushing it. Anyway, so she'll send me TikTok videos, and sometimes, well, at first I was super annoyed because TikTok you can't watch unless you have a TikTok.
Oh, so you got a TikTok to
So I had to
watch the
make a
videos?
TikTok. So now China has all my information, but China had it all anyway. So
you got to start throwing the Relatively Speaking stuff up.
I
on
did.
there.
We have two shorts up on
TikTok?
TikTok. They have like 1,700 views each.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. Both smelling salt related, but RIP because we're never doing that again. That's
more.
done.
No more.
That's done for. Anyway, so I had a thought to do a segment, TikToks from Sis. So I've got 2 that I wanted to show you. One of them is dad related. So nice segue with the shaping your child into someone. So throw this up on the screen.
Nice. And I have not seen these, so
Yeah, they're
get a
hitters.
live reaction here.
I think one of the greatest gifts my dad ever gave me is that he just loved my mom my whole life. I just watched my hero love my mum, the person I looked up to the most. Like, just, he was crazy about my mum. You know, he looked after her, he encouraged her. I just have all these memories of them laughing, loving each other, looking after each other. And when I did see them fight, I always got to watch them resolve. So I learned this process of loving someone isn't perfect, but there is a process of resolution.
Dang, yeah, that was sick.
She said she said that to me this morning, and I was watching and I was like, that's freaking crazy, because I don't have that experience. You definitely do with your parents, with Pop and your mom. But it's crazy to think like that, what an example it sets for your kids to like love your mom, not your mom, love their mom well, you know. And with us our kids getting older, with Finn and Lou, they pick up on stuff. They're not dumb, you know. So whether it's, you know, a disagreement, which doesn't happen very often, but it happens, or, you know, us like being flirtatious, or me being, you know, myself.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah. No, that was sick. That is, that's like my favorite type of, I don't know, that pulls at my heartstrings for sure. Always like seeing or thinking about how you're perceived, you know? There's just like, I've thought about it since I was a kid, like you know, what would people say at my funeral type thing? Like what would my legacy be? What would people remember me by?
Yeah.
Would I be known as this or that? Would people have good things to say about you? Like thoughts you have from a child. But now as, you know, husbands and fathers, you know, it really only matters, you know, we have such a tighter circle now, and your wife and your kids, and those are the most important people to you. So yeah, for sure. Like making sure that that's what my kids remember me as. You could obviously take a negative approach to it, where you're thinking like, you know, my dad didn't show my mom that affection. Right. But even if your first thought of your dad was something completely different, even a positive, but it was like, oh, my dad was always so encouraging to me in sports or whatever. Right. But to have it be like the number one thing that pops in your head about like what you loved about your father was how well he loved his wife and your mother, is a pretty powerful thing, you know. Like I would only pray that that's what, you know, that they loved. My dad loved me. Right. Charlie's thinking. Sure. Sunday's thinking. George's thinking. Like, yeah, I loved them and their mother, you know. Totally. And I was an example of that every day, you know, and that's not easy to do, for sure.
Well, it's wild when you have a lot of kids. And we had this last weekend, Penny got sick on, it was like Thursday or Friday. I can't remember what day it was, but you know, normally it's like whatever. It's like kids get fevers, kids get sick. It's like fine. But for whatever reason with this, it was just like lingering with her. And she was in our room Saturday night. So this was the night before Easter. She was in our room basically all night, just like writhing with stomach pain. Like had a fever, like my stomach hurts, like shaking.
Dang.
And I typically don't get freaked out. Like I typically stay like pretty like mellow and don't usually get worked up. But for whatever reason, I don't know if it was just that I had been up like the day before, like mixing all day. And then I was just like tired and not sleeping or whatever. But I was just like, dude, is something actually wrong with her? You know? So eventually she fell asleep at like 3:30 or whatever time it was. And I got up at 5 to mix, and then I mixed until 2. And when she got up, Sarah said she was fine. Like she wasn't complaining of any stomach pain. Like she was good. So I was like, okay, cool. Like everything's fine. So then Sunday afternoon, they went to your house for Easter. She was good. She played, she ate, like it was all good. And then I finished mixing. She came home, and as soon as she saw me, she was just like, my belly hurts. And I was like, what the heck? Like babe, what's going on? She's like, I don't know. She was fine. Yeah. And then the whole thing started over again.
Really?
My belly hurts. Like wouldn't let us put her down, super clingy. And I'm like, now I was like freaked out. Like something's wrong. Like, is she like is her appendix about to explode? Like, what's the deal?
Yeah.
And she can communicate, but she can't tell you, like,
not like,
does it hurt if you push on it? What kind of pain is in? Is it stabbing? Is it dull? You know? And so I'm freaking out.
And this was Sunday night.
This is Sunday afternoon, Sunday night.
But it's not in the middle of the night.
No, this is like in the afternoon around like dinner time. So we call Gugs, and Sarah's talking to her and was like, you know, what should we do? Like, do we take her to the ER?
Yeah.
Because that's where we were at. Like, what the hell do we do? She's like been complaining about stomach pain and had a fever for on and off for 2 days.
Yeah.
But we prayed with her and she seemed to calm down, and we gave her some Gatorade and a popsicle and then put her in the bath, and like everything shifted and she was great.
Yeah.
But I was like thinking of how overwhelming it would be to actually have a sick kid.
Oh my God, dude.
And like, not to take, we're going to go that route, 'cause that's where my head's been, but just how like unbelievably thankful I am that all of our kids, your kids, my kids, Beck's kids, like everybody is healthy and everybody is like good, because it is truly overwhelming to think about having to deal with something like that.
Oh yeah.
And it was good because it put everything in perspective. Because like the day before Penny was sick, I was complaining about like the dishwasher being broken, or, you know, the kids eating all of the tortillas, or stupid shit, like not something that doesn't actually. And then, you know, you have an issue like this, which obviously in the grand scheme is very insignificant, but it felt significant for whatever reason. It was like, I don't know why it was so overwhelming to me, but it was definitely like, it was super eye-opening perspective. Like, yo, you need to, you know.
Dude, it's just a complete game changer once you have kids. Like, everybody says, it, you know, and it's, if you have kids and you're listening, it's nothing new. You've heard it all before, but like, there's just I don't know. I don't know if the right word is like a softness to you.
It's definitely a tenderness for sure.
Yeah. I remember specifically like being younger and certain movies and stuff, Sean saying he wouldn't watch if there was anything to do with like kids. And I remember being like a teenager, like, it's not your kid.
Right.
Like, it's a movie. Like, what are you talking about? And now, like, thinking of it, it's just like, dude, putting your headspace in that, or when you start to like freak yourself out, when you're not feeling well, or your wife isn't feeling well, or your kid isn't feeling well, and you know, you start to allow your mind to go down a route of, well, what if this, what if that, it's just it's a phrase, freaking worried sick, man. You can actually make yourself sick with worry, and you can and ultimately, that's why you need Jesus.
Oh yeah.
And if you're not covered, it's I don't know, dude. I don't know how I could be a father and a husband.
Well,
and
like, what do you do in those moments? Like,
capacity.
you pull on Mother Gaia, like pull on the universe, like, universe, give me strength. Like, what?
I mean, I guess people would probably say like medicine and stuff, but
I know, but even like, and obviously, we're both very transparent, and we, you know, not hiding the fact that Jesus is a big part of our lives, and may not always seem like it, but it is. And it was that was the other component of it. It was just like walking through that, and obviously it being Easter and thinking about all of that too. It was just, I was an absolute wreck, dude.
Yeah. Well, you were probably, I mean, dude, you were
I was definitely
so stressed and working, like,
definitely tired, but there was also just this component of, like you said, tenderness, where I was like so raw. Yeah. And it was both, it was very cool, but at the same time, like when everybody slept Sunday night all the way through the night, and we woke up Monday morning, and I was just like, looked at my Garmin, I got like a 97 sleep score. I was like, heck yeah, dude.
Let's go.
It was awesome. But let's shift gears and read some of these current event, some of these headlines from the week.
Why, you want to take away from this heaviness and get back to being silly?
I mean, you know, I don't know where we're at time-wise.
I wouldn't mind shifting gears a little bit. Yeah. So what do you got? We got
some current events. These are headlines.
Current event headlines. Do we know the actual like story? Do you have the articles or just the headlines?
I don't have. I can get sources next time around, but this is just headlines that I found.
Okay.
That I didn't.
Just funny headlines?
Funny headlines,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
TSA in New Jersey airport stopped a man for concealing a live turtle in his pants.
In his pants?
In his pants,
Do
yeah.
we know if it was in the front or the back?
They said it was near his pocket, so I'm assuming in the front.
Okay.
TSA questioned him and said,
we talking tortoise? We talking... how big was this bad boy? Did it have an elbow?
Seriously. The article said, while the turtle's intentions remain unclear, the man's unusual choice of pocket pet certainly raised eyebrows.
Nice. And where was this?
New Jersey.
New Jersey. All right. Shout out Mel.
Yeah, bro. This guy was trying to GTO and have a turtle.
That is funny.
Chimpanzees caught sharing alcoholic fruit,
Fermented, huh?
leading to tipsy antics.
Nice. They're getting freaky, huh?
Oh, they were providing, it says they captured it on video. I couldn't find the clip, but it said that they were providing rare glimpse into primitive behavior that mirrors human social drinking.
That's funny. Dang. They were cheersing.
They were, chimpanzeersing.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here.
Shotgunning a freaking watermelon.
Yeah, I don't know I wonder what the fruit was.
Well, that's how they make like alcohol in prison. Have you seen that stuff? Yeah, dude.
They don't just like ferment grapes in the toilet?
with like bread and stuff. It's crazy. I can't
because
remember
then
what
the bread turns to mold.
I can't remember what the show was that I was talking or that I watched, but it was like there was a Netflix series where they did like an experiment in a prison where they allowed like the doors to be opened to see if they could if they could behave themselves and not like fight and stuff like that. And they
Prison wine.
Yeah, they see it's like that in a bag. They would save all their fruit and they would like hide it in the toilet. And they put like the bread in there and stuff because that's like the yeast, I think.
Yeah, because the bread will mold and that's what creates the fermentation.
Well, and the fruit. The fruit will do it, but the bread is some factor of it. I can't remember, dude. It was disgusting. But they were all just like drinking it in like these like styrofoam cups. Pretty funny. But them chimpanzees that's where they learned it.
Dang, but I wonder what the fruit was.
Yeah, I think it can be literally like anything.
But if there's a fruit that just comes off a tree that's fermented already?
Well, maybe that's what they're feeding them and they were saving it.
Oh, like hiding it under a rock or something?
Hiding it up their butts.
Dang. Drug-addicted rats destroying evidence in a Houston evidence locker. It says Houston police reported that evidence in storage lockers was being destroyed by rats, which they suspect the rats then became addicted to the drugs they consumed.
What the heck? They were just getting out and getting into the lockers.
There were rats in the building.
Yeah.
And then the rats were getting into the evidence lockers where they keep all the seized narcotics and money and guns, and they were just eating cocaine.
But they were getting addicted, so they were
coming back. Yeah.
Coming back.
Just walk in there, there's a giant rat that's like 260 pounds, just looks like what's not Shredder. What was the rat's name from Ninja Turtles?
Was it not Shredder?
Shredder was the bad guy.
Yeah. Splinter. Good call.
Then these last two take the cake. So I'll pose it with this question: What do you think the most disgusting flavored toothpaste would be?
Shit.
Shit flavored toothpaste.
Fart.
You eat shit for breakfast?
Yeah, I don't know. Dude.
Okay,
something like that. Let me actually try and like a flavor. Dude, I've been seeing stuff that there's been like ranch flavored things, like random stuff, like a ranch.
I mean, that's pretty disgusting.
I like ranch, obviously, but like a ranch flavored toothpaste or something would be foul. Yeah. So what do we got? They came out with a flavored toothpaste that people are.
KFC introduces a fried chicken flavored toothpaste.
Why don't they just give you a drumstick?
Well, KFC has unveiled a new toothpaste that tastes like their signature fried chicken. This unique dental product is inspired by the chain's 11 herbs and spices, offering a calorie-free way to enjoy a taste of KFC while brushing your teeth.
Bet it has fluoride in it.
Probably does. And this last one is wild. Turkish woman sets world record by crushing watermelons with her thighs.
Oh, I thought it was going to be with her breasts.
No.
Have you seen that?
A Turkish woman has achieved a world record by crushing 5 watermelons in 60 seconds using only her thighs.
Dang. Have you seen what I'm talking about with the breasts? There was like one chick, I think it was beer cans. She used to like set up beer cans and literally grab her boob and like
Oh, I thought you meant like with her cleavage.
No, like grab it and like hammer it, dude.
Just orangutan slammed it, dude.
Yeah. And it was like a big old Foster's beer can just exploding. She like went down a line and
What
did
are
like,
like an aboriginal?
did like 10 in a minute or
Oh
something
my
like that. You know what I mean? Like just
gosh.
like whoosh,
That's
slamming
crazy.
it with them hitters, with them sweater puppies.
Chess monkeys.
Any of the
Theo Von
Yeah.
boob list. So anyway, those are some crazy headlines from around the world.
Did you ever see that one where like it was like a church that was selling plots of land in heaven?
Oh,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
damn.
And see, the thing about that is you don't get arrested for that because you're just an idiot. Like,
Right,
if
like they're
you
not
get
gonna, you
somebody,
can't.
you didn't technically do anything wrong. You scammed somebody, but they like willingly paid you. So I don't think you can get in trouble for that. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, this like church was like selling like mansions and stuff. It's just like write me a check for 100,000 and you're gonna get this plot. And like people were like picking out like where they were gonna live, like in heaven. Like they like I don't know if they like put together like a portfolio of like heavenly real estate.
You're just a heavenly real estate agent.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Let me get that. 6% commission, dog.
60%.
Yeah,
Bro,
insane.
what?
Yeah, those are the people that give us a bad name. Please don't do that. But yeah, that's pretty funny. Pretty funny.
Yeah, dude. I think there's you hear all sorts of crazy schemes that happen in the church world, especially in like the circles with the like televangelists,
Yeah, dude, but like it's like in anything else. That's what sucks. You
yeah,
get
there's
a
always
rap-
bad actors, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's just, I don't think there's anything wrong with a pastor
Good cops,
flying around
bad
in a private
cops.
jet. But I
Yeah.
also think if the pastor's also doing cocaine, like that's probably not great.
Depends. Dude, speaking of other current events and world news, there was the Boston Marathon just happened on Monday. Pretty major marathon. So I was checking in on it, seeing some insane times, and
What was the fastest time?
I didn't see who won because that's just so outside of my realm of even thought
This
process.
might be a new thing. Just I'll be my own Jamie. Jamie, you're fired.
Yeah, we can check out who won. I did see, I was telling you, Truett Haynes, who we've talked about on the pod, he set a PR like 2:38 something, 2:38:29. His wife was on the course holding a sign that said sub 2:40 or divorce.
Shut up.
Yeah. And he sent it, got it. 6-minute pace, dude, for freaking 26.2 miles. Insane. And I was seeing that the course is like, I mean, obviously it's the Boston Marathon. It's the most well-known marathon. But the course is harder than I would think for, like at the actual course, the elevation gain and where the hills
I bet
are
you can't
placed
guess where
and
the
stuff.
guy that won the Boston Marathon is from.
Ethiopia,
Kenya.
Kenya.
Yes.
Yeah.
John Core
What
of
did he
Kenya. 2 hours, 4 minutes, and 45 seconds.
Yeah, dude. The fastest American, this guy, I think we have, it's like he did it in 2:05, I think, like last year maybe. Dude, 2:04. Did it say
what is that?
what his pace is?
Okay.
A calculator.
4
always comes up.
minutes.
For what?
440.
Yeah. Yep.
440 to 445.
Bro. That's insane.
Yeah. I don't know about that, dude.
There's nothing to know. That's so fast.
440 for 2 hours.
Yeah, bro. If we sprinted, we could not. Obviously, clearly, we couldn't. We couldn't sprint a 440 mile, but I mean,
How long could you sprint for? I guess is the question.
that's what I'm questioning.
Like,
I want to know how long I could do a 440 pace for.
I don't think I could get to 440.
No, you could, because like if you were literally sprinting 100 yards, you'd be at it. But like, could Could you do a quarter
like
mile?
a 400? Yeah.
Could you do a half a mile? I don't know.
Dang.
I would say maybe we could do a half a mile at that pace. 26.2.
Anyway, so you
Nuts.
started talking about the Boston Marathon because Truett did it, and he did it. He set his PR.
He set his PR.
In
He
jeans
did it.
again.
Yep.
Are these
In
are
jeans.
these pajama jeans, or are they talking
No,
about
these
like
are
these are
actual
actual
jeans.
denim jeans?
These are actual jeans, bro. Yeah.
Right. Truett, if you're listening to this, and I know that you are, I'm gonna need pictures of what your inner thighs looked like after the race.
He like shouted out the like company that he used to like keep him from chafing and stuff like that.
like a
He said he, like,
cream or
used-
something.
Yeah, like head
Okay.
to toe and everything.
Nice.
He's like pretty freaking hairy too.
Oh, really?
He said he won like hairiest. He was the fastest hairy dude in jeans on the course or something like that.
The only dude in jeans.
No, dude, I saw him take a picture with the guy with like the fastest marathon time in a banana suit. This dude did like a 220 something, like wearing a banana suit.
What?
Yeah, just sprinting a marathon.
Remember the
wearing a
dude that
banana
ran
suit.
OC barefoot?
That was gnarly.
Yeah.
He was just freaking
Shout out to
frolicking
that guy,
along.
bro.
He was
Yeah.
just on his toes the whole way, barefoot.
He was definitely a toe runner.
Yep. Long hair, no headphones, barefoot.
Yeah, I'm
Gnarly.
increasingly becoming more and more of a fan of the no
Headphones.
headphone run.
Yeah.
Well, and it's been forced because all my headphones are broken. I have one pair of over-ear headphones that I've done a 7-mile run in once, and I enjoyed it, but it was also, they get really heavy.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I would say even other
But-
than the forcing of them being broken, just when we started running together, that was the first time I had ever not worn headphones,
yeah.
and I've like really enjoyed that. Now I'm not to the point where I'll do it by myself.
Yeah.
But I actually do like it, but I just have a lot of podcasts that I
Well, that's
wanna
been the
listen
problem.
to, and that's
You're
the
right.
only
That's
time
been
I
the
can.
problem for me is I have 3 albums on my phone of new music that's come out that I want to listen to
Yeah,
that I
and
would
you
normally
just
listen to on a
can't
run,
do
and
it.
I can't. So I definitely need to do that. Saturday we're doing the hardest mile. Is we're doing this, or what are we?
Are
we-
I think
are we
the
committed?
only no, I want to do it. The
Yeah.
only hesitation that I have is then it takes away from
Yeah,
a long run.
Yeah.
I would almost prefer to do it in place on a Friday. But if we're gonna do it this week, I'm cool with doing
we
that.
do it on Friday too. I don't
No, but
imagine.
I don't think we can with school.
I
'Cause we
they
have
might
to go
not
to
be
a
in
track.
school.
It's for those of you that are curious, you're on a track, so it's 400 meters or one lap for each thing, and it's a lap of bear crawls, a lap of burpee broad jumps, a lap of lunges, and then running the last lap. It's called the hardest mile. We plan to do that with Marin. We said we'd do it on Saturday, and if that's what we want to do, I'm cool with doing that. That'll be hard. I've just been seeing it on Instagram, and
It's a 400 meter burpee broad jump, so all the way around the track. And then walking lunge is next. Then a bear crawl,
oh damn, it's bear crawls last.
and then a 400 meter run.
Yeah.
So
Dude, tell me what Marin was talking about needing knee pads for that.
well, for those of you that don't know, Marin is ESL, so English is a second language. And sometimes he'll say things and it's confusing because, I don't understand, but love
I
that
was
guy.
so confused.
But so what he was saying is, so with the burpee broad jump, when you get up from a burpee, you're going to get up on one of your knees.
yeah.
So I remember after we did Clovis and all the burpee Clovis was the burpee pull-ups.
Yeah.
My right knee was super swollen and like inflamed from getting up on my right knee after
Weird.
the burpees. Do a burpee,
Okay.
get up, do the pull-up.
Yeah.
And supposedly these knee sleeves are supposed to help like protect your, and he was saying just because of the track.
I seriously was like, dude, is he confused? Like, you were the one like roasting him, but I was like genuinely like, does he think like a bear crawl means like crawling like on your hands and knees?
Oh,
But so that's what I was thinking. And then I'm like, no, he has to know that it's not like that. But then, okay, that makes sense. So getting up from the broad jump, or to do the broad jump from the burpee, I have never been to Sequoia. Do you know if it's like a real, like
it's like turfy, not turf, but it's whatever that
like,
rubber tire.
It's like an actual track. It's not like how
it's an
La
actual
Paz,
track.
remember it was like the dirt one.
Yeah, no,
it's not that. Okay,
So-
sick.
How hard do you feel like it's going to be?
Dude, I don't know. I really don't know. Not that hard.
Could we do a long run on Friday?
No, yeah, I feel like
Do a
that's
long run
kinda
Friday
what we would
morning.
have to do. If it's 10 minutes, it's
Right.
probably not going to be very hard.
Right.
I would imagine it would take 30 minutes. I feel like
I'm
it's
down-
not.
Yeah,
That seems long, dude. If it took us an hour, I feel like we could get under 40 minutes.
Well,
You have to think one lap, even though it's the last thing, let's just say, that would take 4 minutes at most, 3 minutes, 2 minutes is realistically, it should take you 2 minutes because that would be an 8-minute pace. So let's just say you're dead. And it takes 4 minutes. I would say to bear crawl, it would take 6 minutes?
I don't know.
Now
That's
you're at
the thing.
10.
Yeah.
Lunges would take 5
I feel like the
minutes.
burpee
Now
broad
you're at
jumps will take the
15.
longest, or the lunges would take me. I think the lunges might take me the longest.
Burpee broad jumps. I feel like each thing, if you said like 6 minutes for each thing, that's only 24 minutes. But maybe I'm just out of my mind. Maybe at that 40 minutes would mean it would take everything.
10 minutes.
Each one would take 10 minutes, which I guess that's more realistic.
We should do that. We should meet Friday and do a long run, and then do that Saturday.
And then just meet early at Sequoia.
Yeah, meet at
before
7.
before the
Yeah, because even if
game.
it takes an hour, we'll be done.
Yeah.
I think Addison's going to come too.
To do that? Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah.
Damn. That would be impressive from him.
Yeah.
He is big.
Yeah, we'll see. He hurt his back on Monday at the gym. I don't know what happened. I'm not going to be mean to him and roast him. I'll be nice. I'm trying to be nicer because I want to get roasted less, so I'm going to roast less. Roasted less.
Jeremy knows.
Yeah, there you go.
I still don't understand how you thought that was me being at all rude.
Sometimes I'm just sensitive, okay?
I did not get that. I was so
I'm a sensitive
thrown off.
creature. I'm a sensitive creature.
Do we give any sort of background to what I'm talking about?
We ran with Marin on Saturday. We did 10. And as we're probably like 2 miles in, and Marin, I wouldn't say struggling because I don't think struggle is in that guy's.
Yeah. Well, first of all, this guy
Vocabulary.
doesn't run, and he decided to go to the rodeo on Friday night and drink beers and eat corn dogs on Friday night, and then wake up and run 10 miles for only his second time. So he said it was significantly harder than the first, and the first time, and the first mile or two.
First mile or two, he's like, I don't know. He said we're going significantly faster than we were last week.
Which we weren't even, but he felt like we were.
And then you said, well, Jeremy knows we can slow down. No, we can slow down. Jeremy knows. And I took that as, I slow down for Jeremy all the time. I can slow down for you too.
Okay, well, if we're going there, the reality is that's true. And that's fine. It doesn't, it's not a secret. I'm obviously faster than you are, but my point in saying that was we don't have to hold this pace.
Of course we don't have to hold the pace.
But not like you were like, yeah, of course we don't have to. Hudson's not going to kill you. But I'm like, no, but realistically, I'm not going to say like, all right, we have to be at 8:30. And if you can't do it, I'm going to leave you.
Right.
I'm going to stay at 8:30.
Sure.
I was saying we'll dial it back and go to 8:40 if we have to.
Yes.
And I was saying Jeremy knows that sometimes
are you hearing it yet?
No, on our run, sometimes you'll say like, we need to dial it back, and I will.
Sure.
So that has happened, which honestly hasn't happened in a while.
No.
That happened more when we first started running together, and then we figured out like a good cadence. So I was telling him he's never like run with us. Like I'm not gonna say like no, you have to push it, you have to, and then now he like has to walk.
I think I have recognized that I may be becoming a tad defensive of myself because I am pushing very hard to improve my fitness and be nicer to myself. So when I
Yeah.
feel attacked, I'm gonna protect myself.
Attacked.
No, I'm not saying you were being malicious on purpose. That's just how I took it.
Yeah, you said I have the bedside manner of a
Chimpanzee, a drunk chimpanzee. What did I say?
I don't know. Who knows?
Anyway,
But
doesn't matter. But
yeah, when you're hanging out a lot with Marin, you definitely want to make sure you're starting to like, all right, I need to step this up and step that up.
well, yeah, but it's not even that. It's just realizing that we kind of talked about devoting so much time to one sport and being very average at it still. And that being the thought I had yesterday on my run was I really just enjoy doing this to do it. You know, like
Yeah, we've established
we
that
have,
for you.
right,
You like to
but-
look at the lilies.
dude, absolutely. Vibe out to some music, have a good conversation, you know, whatever. So for me, when I start to feel like I'm losing that aspect of it, that like forced meditation or that, you know, making it about something that truly doesn't matter, you know,
Yeah.
to me, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Like obviously people want to be faster. They want to be more efficient. All those things are great and wonderful things to strive for. But when I get in my head about why I'm actually out here doing it or what I'm doing it for, then I can get very much like everything is an attack when it's not, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Well, it was cool. He did great again.
Yeah.
We did the run. And then no game. They were on spring break, so we didn't get to go see Finn and
football.
Rivers football game. So excited to do that this weekend.
Yeah, they were playing football in the street. We went to a going away party yesterday for one of Finn's friends, and they were playing football in the street, and Finn was just crushing everyone. It was awesome.
Yeah.
He's just playing, and well, he left. We went to jiu-jitsu, and he left his clothes. He was going to change into his normal clothes after jiu-jitsu, and he forgot them, and we weren't going to go home. And
Forgot them at home.
he left his clothes at home.
Oh, okay. So he's just messing fools up in a gi.
Yep, and his gi. Also, I don't understand this haircut.
That he has?
No, that every kid his age has
Yeah,
with like the bananas. Have you seen that? Like the banana haircut?
Yeah.
It's
when we
just
were
such
growing
a
up,
dumb
everyone
haircut.
had their hair back off your forehead, like up or slicked or whatever.
Yeah,
you know,
but
you
this
put
isn't
up-
even
No,
off
no.
your forehead. It's
No,
just like
now the thing is to push it down over your forehead. So everyone's hair is like forward. It's like they're wearing a hat constantly. It's like a little, they put on a hat and it just,
there's a 3-letter word in the English language that I would use to describe it.
it's funny.
Finn has awesome hair and he just wants to have this stupid hairstyle.
Yeah, he doesn't have it fully, but yeah, I mean, the kid's hair is so good. He needs to just grow it out.
He is,
longer.
and that's he wants. We're gonna take him to see Dane when we go down.
Yeah, he said he he asked you if you were gonna get a haircut with Dane down there,
I was like, no, I don't do that anymore.
and
I cut my own hair. One of those guys cut
He
my hair.
said-
I actually
he
started
said-
making yogurt too. I didn't actually.
Oh,
That's
no,
a
he
joke.
said something funny like you gave like, what am I gonna pay him to do or something like that.
Oh yeah. No, mine's pretty easy. Pretty easy now. I might have him trim my mustache though. We'll see.
I like that you have a little bit of the beard growing in.
Yeah,
I know you you haven't done that in a while. I've been telling you just go back to the full beard.
I know. It gets itchy.
In summer, you don't want to have it.
Well, I don't like today is the point where it starts to get itchy, but I don't like coming on here like right after I've shaved because I feel like it looks weird. But this actually driving me nuts. It's very itchy today.
Really?
Trying not to do this all the time. I don't
Yeah.
have lice.
But that's when you just got to get through that phase.
I know.
Because another week and you'll be good.
Sis,
Then you could
sis doesn't love it.
then you could trim the mustache.
No, sis doesn't love it.
Then you could just have a normal beard. It doesn't need to be.
No,
It doesn't need to be face protection.
it does.
just
I need to
be-
protect my face and my teeth at all times.
No one's allowed to see those top teeth.
Nope, they're
Jeremy
hidden.
doesn't have top teeth.
I don't actually. I have dentures. I take them out sometimes.
Oh, that's all.
Ah,
Yeah, there we have it.
Back.
There she is.
22 episodes. We're
Crazy.
yeah,
We're doing it.
yeah.
We are doing it.
Did you see when I posted that reel last night? Did you hear the lyrics of the song that I chose?
I did, and I didn't understand why. Can you enlighten me?
The lyrics of the song are running for the thrill of it. And that was just running for the thrill of it. Like, hey, we're just running, you know, we're just doing it for the thrill of it.
Okay.
It's a great song. Empire of the Sun, I think it's what it's called. I don't know, it was trending.
Yeah.
It's been trending.
Yeah, that song's old, but like
I've never heard it before.
Shut up.
I've never heard the whole thing. I've seen it on reels and stuff, but I've never heard the song.
Very famous song. So I just figured you were just putting a little bop on there. You're just a teeny bopper.
No, actually, no. I'll listen to it. I'll check it out. Give it a spin.
It was a good one.
Yeah, good stuff.
All right. Well, we will be back with you next week for episode 23. Thank you for tuning in, everyone.
Peace out, everybody.
Later.
Now here's Ralphie May.